All right, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. Before trap music was a genre, what did, and when I say genre, like it's almost like it's it's entertaining, it's in the music. Before it got there, what was trapping in Atlanta?
You know, we wasn't even saying trapping, we was saying slanging. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know, like we had discussed once before. You know, when I was on the street, they weren't even calling it crack. Yeah, they weren't even. They would call it bass rock.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it wasn't even crack then.
You was on ground zero with that thing.
Yeah,
So they and you could be, I won't say to blame or take credit for the original, for lack of a better term, trap houses
yeah,
in the city.
yeah.
How did that come about?
It just you don't never want to just be exposed, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you know a lot of guys want to just run the cars and all of that shit there.
Mm-hmm.
That just when you see it, it's just really some little boy shit. You know, even when I was younger, when I was in the street, when I used to dress, you know, I wasn't trying to dress like no dope boy. I was
Mm.
trying to dress like a grown man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to carry myself, live my life as a grown man. And you gotta think like a grown man.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't trying to be no little boy running into no damn car.
How old are you at this time?
I'm 17.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be no little boy. You know, because I'm in a game, I'm in a game, not game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm in a game with a bunch of old men.
Right, right.
And you gotta show them that you belong here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like an old school guy named Kelly, uh, he was like my mentor in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So he took me to his father's house in Grant Hill. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about Grant Hill, Grant Park.
Okay.
And when I seen how his father was moving,
Mm-hmm.
he had his, you know, everybody coming in the house. That's why I said, I'm gonna give me some apartments.
Just
I'm gonna
like
give
that.
me some apartments. Yeah. And I'm gonna scatter them out. You know what I'm saying? So it would never be too much traffic in one of them. So in Etheridge, I had one in the front, middle, and back. You know what I'm saying? So I can cover the whole. I can cover the whole apartment. You know what I'm saying? So it was when the Mine Boy came. You know that's what that's when the war started. You know, because they want to run to the cars and they want to see all that does is bring heat because now these old women they see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Now they talking about goddamn endangering their children
Mm-hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
police and because everybody don't respect the dope game, selling dope, endangering their children,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And life is about when you're doing wrong, it's about hiding your hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it ain't about exposing your hand. You know, because one thing about them junkies, they know where the dope at.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like you ain't gotta advertise, you ain't gotta tell nobody.
They'll
They
find
they gonna find
you. Yeah.
you. Yeah. If they can a motherfucker junkies coming from Hollywood Court, always goddamn up the street. Goddamn shit, I ain't even gonna say up the street. Them Hollywood Court is goddamn down the street, around the corner,
Mm-hmm.
and up the street some more. They coming from goddamn they coming from everywhere to get that dope.
Yeah.
You know, so um you ain't gotta advertise it. You ain't gotta goddamn go out in the streets and show your hand. You know, all you gotta do is goddamn plant your seed.
Yeah.
You know
At,
what I'm saying?
at,
Well, plant your flag.
yeah. At the height of, your movement, how much are you seeing on a daily or a weekly basis?
15, I would make about 15 racks a week.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in the 80s. So when you look at 15 racks a week in the 80s, you were rich.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You were rich. And
Shit, if you
that's
making
why
15,000 now.
yeah. And that's why I was saying, you know, motherfucker pulled me up in the newspaper.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna same thing I'm telling you right now. The newspaper's gonna tell you.
Right. And so you got this operation going. You then picked up the location aspect of the game from an older head.
Yeah.
It ain't even called trap. This just the smart thing to do during this situation.
Right.
And at what time do you start to see this unignorable advances being taken on either the era that you in or the movement that you got going on?
I start seeing it at the very beginning, you know, because like I knew what kind of money dope could bring you,
Mm-hmm.
but just staying up all night and seeing the money come fast, rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know back then, man, them and that I'm gonna say crack, but that rock had just hit,
Mm-hmm.
and them folks would love it. And I'm talking about they would come back trying to chase that high, and I'm talking about I couldn't even believe it, man. You know, because like at the end of the day, I ain't never seen that much money in my life.
Mm.
You know, and you just start scheming on how to goddamn, you know, make more and more and more money.
Mm-hmm.
And it just what I learned in the streets is you gotta adapt to the streets. And like a lot of people are afraid to listen. Like when I was telling you about selling them guns,
Mm-hmm.
when a guy told me the numbers, man, it wasn't no question. Shit, I'm in.
Just like that.
I'm in.
Yeah.
You know, when it, like in New York, you couldn't buy the guns that you can buy here. And when motherfucker was telling me what kind of numbers I can do in New York, I said, shit, man, I'm in.
Yeah.
This shit here is better than selling dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I hate in my heart that I got caught up in the little war because I just understand how far I could have went.
Yeah.
You know, and then you know going to prison it stopped me from you know building my own family and
Mm-hmm.
you know having kids and you know doing the things that you dream about really doing as a child.
Right.
Yeah. So
what was one of the first signs that the Miami boys was in town?
the junkies, you know, like one thing about them, they gonna try everybody dope.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they was talking about how big them nigga rocks was, how good them nigga dope was,
Mm-hmm.
and it just it make you tighten up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one thing about them J's, they don't give a damn about nobody but that dope.
Right.
So like I had an incident one time with some older guys when I first started selling. Was talking about robbing us. You know what I'm saying? Junkie put us up on them.
Yeah.
And they came out there They came out there to rob a nigga too.
Yeah.
And it was just, we were so strapped. We were so strapped that it was life changing for them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like on the Mac 11, at the back, where at the back of it, it got two little hooks like that. So on the back of it, we had strings that we'll tie, we'll slip through them, through the two little holes, and you can hang it on your shoulder, and sit it right here on your stomach. So when you sit it right here on your stomach, the clip is facing like this. So like they got, a lot of people don't even know they got holsters for the motherfucker. We had the holsters too. Yeah. But when you put it in the holster, it sticks out like your elbow. Yeah. But when you put a drawstring on it just lay on your stomach flat. Yeah. Well, you can put on the trench coat, can't nobody see it. You just flip that bitch out. But when they came to the house, back then, niggas just 357, 45, 9. So niggas weren't total oozes. So when they came to the house and they seen what goddamn how we walk around this motherfucker, they were like, oh hell no. Oh hell no. Well, we could have put pressure on them. You know what I'm saying? We just let the niggas slide and the niggas never seen them again.
Now, the Miami dudes though, they came in with a strategy like, okay, so let's flood the block with something to look a tad bit different. Yeah. And then they run into the cars. Yeah. Which it's making it hot. Yeah. It's making it hot. Yeah. And if nobody steps in, what is this going to turn into?
Man, it ain't gonna be nothing but some heat, because one thing about the project, the police they're gonna ride them motherfuckers. Right. You know what I'm saying? But they could have got away with it for a long time, because even, I didn't know, but greed gonna start making you think all kinds of ways. You know what I'm saying? But I know we were trapping the right way. And I knew that what they were doing was kind of fucked up. But that's the streets. Yeah. The streets gonna do what the streets gonna do. Yeah. And even after we left from out there, young niggas, they was still running the car. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they had seen it. They had seen the results of it.
And it just became a way of life.
They lasted doing it. Yeah. And niggas still doing it.
It's crazy. But that was actually my first introduction to a trap-like environment. We pulled up in the hemp. And I had never seen nothing like it in my life. Yeah. I'm talking about males and females out there with the latest nautical heel figure and polo on. Man, so we got them turkeys. Yeah. We got them turkeys. I was just fascinated, man. I was like, bro, what is this right here, man? Yeah. What was that first unignorable infraction by the Miami boys?
We had some words, but words ain't shit. When they kidnapped my buff partner, my co-defendant. Okay. And like I told you, I was fucking with a girl, and they had ran down the hill shooting, and when she got shot in the chin, bullet went in and broke her leg. And
she got shot.
Hold on.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call. Andre. An incarcerated individual at Augusta State Medical Prison. Dang. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
What's up, little bro?
What's up? You busy?
Yeah, I'm podcasting right now.
Oh, well, go ahead and have your business.
Hey, look, it's right at 1. Call me about 3, and we'll just talk. We'll kick it. All right, love you. All right.
The caller.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
It been a minute since I heard one of them call, cause everybody got sick. Oh, he had the medical.
Yeah.
The medical though.
Yeah, he going through that dialysis.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation. This somebody that you didn't did. Of course, you didn't did time with.
Nah, that's my baby brother.
Oh, this your bloodline.
Yeah.
Damn. Where he locked up for?
Running, selling dope, running from the police.
This shit running the family. This is what going on, man?
Man, my whole family hustling. You know, a lot of times, like I see a lot of things they move. You know, the way they move. I be wanting to say, you know, I wouldn't put my little 2 cents in that shit, but I can't.
Right.
I can't. You know, like my whole family are almost in the bluff right now.
Yeah.
And when I got out, going to bluff every weekend, I had to back up from that. You know, because when you start reflecting, man, and you start thinking about the important things in life, you know, that hood be a thrill. And that's all it is.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it is.
Yeah.
And when you come back to the real world and you think about the family that you building, the life that you building, you know what I'm saying? It ain't worth getting caught out here in these streets. You know, this shit here just a momentary thrill, but this over here, this life I'm building, this the real world.
Yeah.
You know, my real world. That's their real world.
Had you not been exposed to the street life or the dope game or just I guess the hood, what do you think you would have turned out to be?
Man, you know, I think about that a lot. You know, I think about, you know, if I had a chance to just live life again, you know, what would I do? School, college. One of my best friends is an engineer, and I think that, you know, when you're good with money, math, I think engineering probably would have been the best field for me.
I think that because whenever I hear you, whether it's been in chain gang or on the streets or in Etheridge, you always are the kind of person that analyze everything that's going on, not just the elements, but the individuals and what inspired them, what motivate them. It's like like a chessboard down there. You know what I mean? So in my mind, I'd be like, this nigga could be the CEO of Def Jam. Like you got that kind of thing about it. So then, do you ever take into consideration what put you in the heart of Atlanta at a time where this shit really about to take off?
Man, I think that when you're young and you go through so much, you know, like 13, running away from home, 15, you know, I went out there and got me a little job, you know, started stacking a little paper, you know, because that's what a lot of young kids mess up on, man. You know, as quick as they get some money, they'll blow it. You know, as quick as that money touch your hand, leave your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And when you out in the streets, you learn to save. Because like I was at a point when I was 13 and I was staying with my father. I wasn't getting no school clothes or no shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to Macy's. I was stealing all my clothes.
What Macy's?
Macy's back then there was the Macy's at Avondale Mall.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I was stealing all my clothes. So I knew I wasn't getting this and that from my father. I wasn't living with my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that touched my hand, I had to goddamn make it last.
Yeah. You learned that from a young age.
Yeah, I had to make it last. So when I got off in the dope game, I had stacked me a little paper, and I was able to goddamn give me an ounce and take off.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that it took me a while to learn was how to cook my own dope. Because I'm young, so I ain't had no recipe for that shit.
Right.
I just know it had to be done. And even back then, you can get away with just selling. You just get away with just selling powder. You ain't necessarily had to sell no crack, no base. Jays they wanted that shit. They'll cook their own shit.
Yeah.
But I had to learn how to cook them.
Why?
Because you end up giving away a lot of shit. I ain't gonna say a lot of shit, but you end up giving away shit that you could have kept, that you could have made money off of.
I got some big homies who tell me, man, I was a real chef. Niggas used to pay me just to cook. That's so it really was people that was their thing.
Right.
Right. And to have a certain amount of dope sitting right here, and when you cook it, how much are you multiplying this by?
Shit, I'm always when I get that dope, I'm always trying to make a fourth off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like some people saying I'm gonna make 3 times, I'm gonna make 4 times. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think the origin of your parents? Because you say you was living with your dad.
Yeah.
What was what kind of environment did he come from?
The same. He came from the streets. When we talked about my father one time, my father, I told you he got kicked out of the police.
Oh force. Yeah. Because he was with he was with shit.
Yeah. And he was one of them. I listened to my I got a cousin named Elgin, but he like almost 20 years older than me. He was my daddy cousin. And he be telling me how my daddy, when he was working on the police force, how he was pulling niggas over, getting niggas dope. Over my grandfather's house, he had an attic, had all the nigga dope up there in the attic until his father found out about it.
Yeah.
Man, get all this goddamn shit out my house. You know what I'm saying? Then he was a nigga that I worship. You know what I'm saying? My daddy goddamn, he didn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? At a young age, I could have girls spending the night.
Yeah.
I told men I was riding in the back of the nigga Cadillac, hitting the girl. The only thing he was concerned about his car seat. Man, don't fuck my seats up back there.
He originally from Atlanta too? Where he was from?
He was originally from Butler, Georgia.
Butler, I know where Butler, Georgia is.
Yeah, he was a country boy. He came to Atlanta real young, and he just like my father. He had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 brothers and 3 sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the oldest.
Right.
So, like, I'm the oldest of my my sibling.
What kind of man was your grandfather?
Just one of them. My grandfather was laid back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had his own little, own little car shop. So he used just fix cars. He was one of them old school that it was all about his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on his family thing,
And
man.
he instilled that into your, I won't say he instilled that into your dad to one degree or another, or
I'm gonna say that my dad was different.
Mm-hmm.
He was different, man. He was like, man, my dad put his mind a goddamn Rollo, on 70 Son.
Yeah.
I'm talking about he always up to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always up to something. Yeah.
And what about mom?
Mom is just laid back, man. She just work. Yeah.
And she was originally from
Pool Creek.
Okay. What did because your dad is the oldest, what did his siblings, what did his brothers and sisters eventually get into?
Shit, it's only 2 of them, 3. He got one sister that never smoked no dope or did any dope.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2, it was on dope real bad.
Okay.
Then I got 2 uncles that wasn't on the dope. I got one uncle that was fucked up on that dope. Still fucked up on. Yeah.
Do you ever take into consideration as to how we as a people are controlled in reference to urban, I ain't gonna say urban America, the streets of Atlanta, like you ever think, man, how all this dope get over here? How all this dope get right here where I'm at?
I ain't never really just thought about that. I just look at the pain that they be causing. Even when I was selling dope, I just had lines that I wouldn't cross. Like a woman selling her kids toys or clothes. Yeah. I don't want it. I don't. You can take it whoever you want to, because nigga be saying she gonna just take it to another. That's what she gonna have to take it. Yeah. I don't want it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't selling no dope to no pregnant lady. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. It's just lines that I wouldn't cross, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have that kind of heart. Yeah. I wasn't even raised like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever take into consideration that the young lady that you sell to who is not pregnant and ain't stole nothing, or she don't have her kids' toys, that because she has this addiction, it's going to bring some type of trauma to her household?
Yeah, definitely. But I ain't never think that far.
Right.
Nah, I just what I could see.
That's it.
Yeah.
So when you got incarcerated, does this the evolution, the mindset change where you can start when you start contemplating some of this stuff? Or
when I start, no, I want to say it still didn't hit me until I just started seeing it like in movies or in books and stuff like that. But just thinking about it, because you got to think when you're incarcerated, you can reflect on life.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna reflect a lot more on the good times and the bad times because you live in the bad times, so you want to feel some type of good.
Mm-hmm.
But just thinking that deep, I wasn't thinking that deep.
Is there okay? I want to switch lane, but I don't want to go too far back. But do you think it's a plot on the Black community, even back then, or is it just the way things kind of panned out?
I wouldn't say it's our plot.
You say it's our plot?
Yeah. We plotting on the Black community. At the beginning, when you look at when you look at the history of the dope game, and you just like you look at JFK with the Kennedys with the liquor.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a plot, destroy us and our community.
Mm-hmm.
But now, that don't happen. It already don't happen. So I don't even look at it as no plot no more. If anything, they rebuilding our community and pushing us out, still pushing us out.
Yeah, but is that the mindset of the YNs? Is it a continuation of that original folk shit?
Yeah, definitely. That's why I said we the plot now. We plotting on each other. At one time, the white man was saying, well, we're gonna allow this dope to go in the community to destroy it. Now, shit, they don't give a damn. They ain't gotta say we gonna allow it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta say that we're gonna destroy the community. Shit, it's already destroyed.
Yeah, but is that because of the seeds that was planted yesterday?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
In reference to the streets, the chain gang, gangs, the increase in violence, the people losing their lives, if we don't start producing solutions, what does tomorrow look like?
A better version of today.
Simple as that.
As simple as that. Cause you gotta think, like when you ask me about we to blame for the YN.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, what kind of children they gonna raise?
Damn. That's a scare. I just seen the baby in a little car seat. He had a little toy gun. He was rapping the music. I said, this little mother, he already off the chain. That's
like when you go on TikTok and you see them AI videos of them little baby dancing.
Yeah.
See, you gotta think of the mindset of the mother. I can't goddamn. The mother can't wait for the baby to turn a YN. You know what I'm saying? She creating videos of a YN right now.
Damn sure is.
Yeah. She can't wait for that baby to become a YN.
Can the Black household sustain without this strong male presence?
Ain't like when you dealing with a household, ain't no household. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say a strong family structure. Without a strong family structure, a lot of households end up broken. I'm not saying, and when I say that, I understand that it's a lot of strong ass single mothers out there who doing a tremendous job, and but that strong single mother, if she had a strong man, as a backbone, she could make a greater household. But the way things going now, man, like it's just the Republicans, they ain't fucking with the blacks, period. They making things harder and harder on us. And they trying to send us back to the 60s. And
they ain't even hiding it neither. It ain't.
And the YN's trying to send us back to the 60s.
Unknowingly.
Because they ain't, they gotta feel of they got a feel of learning, educating themselves. They don't. They favorite words. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
And they wish a motherfucker would.
Like one thing we learned when you got a motherfucker, when you're around a motherfucker that don't care, don't give a damn about that, you stay off around them. Don't allow that person around you.
Right.
I really just don't see no hope for this generation, man. You're gonna be some good ones and you're gonna be a lot of bad ones.
Simple as that. Let me ask you this as we start to wrap up. If you had absolute control over the system, meaning that whatever you came up with, and when I say system, I'm not just talking about chain gang, I'm talking about the system as to you in charge and you got absolute power. You can alter and change things at your will. What 3 things would you change in this world so that there would be hope?
I think if a woman decides to have a child, before she had that child, I think that she should take parenting class. If she have a second child, she still should take a refreshment course because things change. When I look at raising a child, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't thought about this a lot. A lot of what I learned about kids, a lot of kids do things without a full understanding of the consequences. And I think that in schools, they should have a course where they learn about the system, where they teach a child, if you touch a girl this way, that's a charge, and you can get these many years. If you steal, you can get this. If you burglarize, you can get this. A lot of kids do things without understanding the full consequence. They think that it's a little slap on the wrist. Folks ain't gonna do that. It ain't really bad. You know what I'm saying? But the way society's set up, shit, damn near everything a crime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that we should have a system to educate them, scare them, because like what just kept me from doing a lot of drugs when I was in elementary, watching these films on angel dust, motherfuckers jumping off goddamn buildings, been suicide. Oh hell, no, I'm not fucking with that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know, you find out if you touch a girl the wrong way, you going to prison 5 years. Oh no, I'm not touching no girl that way. You know, understanding the, you know, a lot of kids do terrorist threats every day and not understanding what they saying out their mouth. Yeah. So I just think that number two, we should educate our children.
Right.
In school or at home, you know, about the consequences behind a lot of shit that they do. 3, you know, I think that just a lot of parents don't take the time, the daily time to just listen and learn. You know what I'm saying? To talk to their children. You know, I think that's the most important thing, because like a lot of parents think that cussing the child out, beating the child, sometimes this shit helps a little, you know. But I think that when you nurture a motherfucker with love and care, and cause like I don't see little children, you don't see little children when they see their mama hurt, it hurts them. You know, and I think that pure, genuine love, that shit there can change a whole lot, man.
Yeah.
You know, and we just gotta be mindful of the things we say, the way we act around our children. You know, because they pick up on everything, they start, you know, imitating it. You know.
Some of the things that you mentioned are fairly simple, but could be aggressively effective. Because one of them being when I was at ATL, they had the debate team come from UGA, Dr. Panetta. And you know, we didn't have access to the internet, but we had them encyclopedias, magazines. But it put me in a place where if I got information on a topic, I can talk on it. I don't give a damn what it is. Right. So then this broadened my horizon to the point where I was able to see the world from a different perspective. It was no longer the naive little boy from Kelman Road. I was like, you know what, man, a lot of this is some bullshit. Right. And I came to a conclusion. I said, man, you know what? I think that before I can go get a gun license, they make you get at the time, you had to go get a fishing license. Before I can ride my motorcycle, I got to get a license for that. Before I can drive a car, drive a plane, drive a helicopter, take a pit, whatever, I got to go get a license for it. Right. But one of the most important jobs in the world is raising a child. Right. You need to have a parenting license. Right. You need to have. I came to that conclusion 20-some years ago, man. I said, man, I just don't understand why I was like that. Another thing you said, and I too have come to this conclusion. I said a lot of us, we're making life-altering decisions, and we're not aware of, you know, what's going on in the real world. Yeah. And I'm in these schools in DeKalb County, in Fulton County, Rockdale County. If every teacher just took 5 minutes out their day, it ain't even got to be every teacher. You can have one teacher that took 5 minutes out their day. Hey, this the law right here. This just 5 minutes. It will alter the prison population. Right. It would reduce recidivism. Right. You see what I'm saying? With these being something that don't require a whole lot of money and a whole lot of effort, why do you think that we're not doing these things?
I just think that people have other agendas. You know, when I look at the laws, when I be going on TV looking at CNN, and I be looking at what's going on in the House of Representatives. And you know, when you look at Congress, they say, well, I ain't gonna say they say, because I see them fighting for us, you know, and you know, the Democrat, you know. But I see a lot of bills being put on the floor, and I be saying this shit here personal. You know, this ain't got nothing to do with the voters, the people. You know, this got something to do with what you got inside yourself, where you think. See, a lot of things being put in place are just put in place for personal reasons. They ain't put in place because this is what society needs. You
know. That's deep. You know what? This is what I'm gonna say. And so whenever I talk to you, it kind of be like soul food. You don't move at nobody else's pace. You move like however the fuck you feel like moving. But it be so much soul in that food that you be giving. I be like, it damn near be like a well written. So in my mind, when you was talking just then, I was like, damn. Well, why ain't we trying to put this? Why we ain't trying to put this on the floor?
Yeah.
Why don't we try to do this? And when I was at the Capitol, I said, man, it's something I'm supposed to be doing here, and I ain't figured it out yet. You see what I'm saying? I believe everything kind of happened for a reason. I also believe I was put here to help my people. I don't care how it go down.
Right.
So based on the conversation that we just had today, bro, this is what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna go because I don't know a lot about, you know, how laws go and such, but I feel like I got the ability to figure that shit out.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna write down some things that would be not very expensive, but would be effective. And I'm gonna write it up and I'm gonna approach the necessary people. And I'm gonna talk to them. I'm gonna take this goddamn chain gang skull cap off and I'm gonna approach them like I got some sense.
Wow.
And I'm gonna try to do it a different way. Cause I can interview 1,000 motherfuckers, man. I can do all this and I can go into these schools and I'm gonna get paid off for it. You see what I'm saying? But if I ain't really sincerely trying to help, man, I ain't no better than a motherfucker that's throwing the dope into the neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? I'm using your trauma as a way to goddamn financially benefit myself.
Right.
That ain't no real. I ain't on that type of time.
Right.
I'm like, okay, so I came, I see what's going on. I'm trying solutions this way. All right, that shit may not be working. Maybe, possibly, you need to try it this way right here. And when you got something that's law, shit, that's I can live with that. So what I want you to understand is that you ain't just talking to people who ain't listening. Some people like the entertainment aspect of it. They want to hear about how the old Atlanta was.
Yeah.
But I just heard something else. You see what I'm saying? I just heard, all right, well, goddamn, this is what I think could possibly take place. And the seed was planted a long, long time ago. But when you just said it just then, something just aligned. It was the combination of being at the Capitol and see these the motherfuckers that's making the laws.
Right.
And we sitting down here with these signs. I don't know if these signs I don't know if that's it. I think maybe you gotta put your goddamn suit and tie on, get in here and talk to some people and try to figure out what the fuck going on. Cause I'm looking at somebody that believes that inmates should be treated differently. And I'm looking at a politician. I got documentation that you motherfuckers arguing. I said to myself, I say no disrespect to him or him, but he don't need to be the person that's negotiating this. Because when we arguing with we ain't getting shit done.
Right.
So then I still haven't understood. But when you said what you just said, I understood that. So starting today, bro, I'm gonna figure out a way. And I ain't saying I'm gonna go do this Martin Luther King shit, but I'm gonna at least educate myself on what the process is. Because as much as I teach my 11-year-old, who I think tricked me to stay her ass at home today, every Christmas for the last 4 or 5 years, we've been going up here to the juvenile, making sure they got Christmas package. All right, so now, and last week, we went and learned how to shoot bow and arrow, because in my mind, Daddy might run out of bullets.
Right.
But now I need to teach you, goddamn, this how a law get passed. This what you got to do. This who you got to talk to. And if I show you at this, I might not have the strength or the goddamn the youth to do it. But the same way I'm showing my grandsons, I'm gonna show my child. I'm gonna switch up just based on what you just said right then. Right. Shit, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. But yeah. I'm gonna try it.
Right.
Is it anything else you want to leave with the people, whether they been inside the prison, outside the prison, in the middle or the war, on the waiting to come out of lockdown, or the parents and the children or the people that's locked up? You got anything you want to leave with the people?
I just want, people to really understand in the Black community, we're always gonna have leaders, but be conscious of who you pick to lead your community. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we have the wrong people leading us for the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. And then, we fail in ourselves. Like when I look at what's going on with the stamps, the food stamps, mm-hmm. the health care, we did that to ourselves. We can blame Trump, but at the end of the day, we gotta blame ourselves. Mm-hmm. As Black people, a lot of us didn't come out to vote. A lot of us refused to get out them houses and vote because, we think it doesn't matter, and mm-hmm. it does. Mm-hmm. As Black people, sometimes we're just too lazy and irresponsible, and we just think that don't nothing matter, that we can't make a difference. But at the end of the day, we always want somebody else to make a difference in our life. Mm. But y'all won't make a difference in each other's life, So, I just want, we as a people, let's stop being lazy and let's just stop taking so much for granted. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, we point fingers at everybody but ourselves. Mm. It's just, other than that, brother, I just want to say it was great talking to you. Mm-hmm. I love being here. Mm-hmm. And if I offended anyone with anything I said, I'm sorry. But I got to speak my truth. Mm-hmm.
Hey man, it's always a honor and a privilege, man, to get you to sit down, man. And you always leave me with something, a couple of things. Sometimes I don't realize how I go back, but I appreciate your time. I appreciate you reaching out to me, and anytime you want to, come back, man. But thank you for speaking your mind, bro. Because I heard you a different way today.
Okay, thank you again.
All right, bro.